What's going on, guys? How's it going? It's Tyler here, and today I'm bringing you another drawing video. Where we left off last time, I was in the middle of playing around with textures, and I started getting this little, just the shape going here, and as you can see, we kind of have like what you could, oh, that's not what we wanted. We want pencil. Thank you. And we want our red back. Thank you. But as you see, that's we started getting a shape going. We started getting kind of an idea of what's being presented here, and through that, I was just in the long run, I was like, well, we'll go ahead and make it like a group draw, and where you guys can join in and kind of give feedback and suggestions of kind of like what's going on, what's he's going to be, what is he holding, just different things like that, along that nature. Now, I guess we are dedicating it to, or dedicating and making it, our first creature feature. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Really, what we're going to be doing is getting this torso started. First thing I want to do is get it started the right way here and carry out the whole scheme of everything. So get us a nice little eye shape here, whatever that may be, and continue on our merry way making this whatever it is. Now we do want some of his muscles coming out this way, because he's a big muscular dude. Okay, that's all we need to know right now. He's a big old dude. He's definitely got more than the six packs, but we're gonna keep going with it. Now, a lot of the times whenever I do finally get a shape or something, I kind of do what I'm doing now and just kind of sketch around it, and etch around it, I guess you could say, would be a better word to say. But yeah, I kind of etch around and get more shapes, start pulling more detail out of whatever I'm seeing. And eventually it'll start turning into what looks like a picture, and then I'm like, okay, now I can see what it really is, and then I can really start drawing. So a lot of the times it is just me playing around like this, just going here and there all over the place, and just pulling stuff out and getting what I want out of it. So we are going to creep up here and start maybe getting some of the neck started a little bit. He's going to have obviously a very intense figure here, so we want to lead in and kind of think about how we want the whole scenario going. What's he looking like? What's his face like? So we'll go ahead and start in with a little bit of something and see where it leads us. So we're not doing anything too perfect, too precise, because we right now don't even know what we're aiming at, what we're going for. But we'll go ahead and get something started here. Let's see. Do we want him facing kind of that way? Yeah. And I like where we're going here. I like it. Alright. Get a little more of that going. And this is actually his head. Alright. So it's going to be going up in this motion. There we go. Sweet. See, and that's just kind of how art is. Like, you don't really know what's going on, and then eventually you accidentally hit that switch. You're like, oh, now I see what I'm drawing. Now it makes sense. Now, of course, this doesn't necessarily make sense, because, I mean, a creature feature is something that, you don't really, you kind of just put imagination to it, right? What is it? It could be a bird. It could be a this, could be a that. You never know. So that's what makes more like abstract draws and stuff like that just so fun to me, because it is just up for interpretation. So That turns out to be some of the most fun draws, if you ask me. So, let's see here. What do we really want going on? Do we want this to actually form an eye here and not go with the shape we were originally going with? Maybe so. Maybe so. Let's do a little bit of this. Define it. These are the eye sockets. Alright. And then right here will be the start of his mouth. Sweet. Do we want to give him teeth? Maybe we should. Let's go ahead and add some teeth. Now, if I was really getting in here, I would be going for detail, right? I would be zooming in and getting shapes and really making things the way they are. One of the reasons I'm doing it the way I'm doing it here is I'm kind of sitting back from it a little bit, and so as I'm drawing it, I'm getting the perspective of it, rather than saying, oh, I'm going for teeth, and then zooming in and getting teeth. I'm doing it from a more of a distance to, I guess, like I was saying in my previous video, kind of keeping my eyes a little bit like out of focus, to kind of really just see what I'm going for. So sometimes zooming in and really just focusing on teeth, even though you know how to draw teeth, focusing on them at a time you don't really need to. You can just quickly get them out there. Yeah, it could distract you and throw you off of something that you may miss if not being present. So you always want to be present in your piece and not zoom in too much and cut off a perspective. If any of what I'm saying makes sense, then it'll be beneficial. Alright, so it looks like we kind of have an idea of a head going on here. Of course, he's kind of like slouching down. He's got more of like that, I don't know how to really describe it, but he's got more of like that hunkered down look going on here. So, not too bad, not too shabby. We got at least a look going on. We got a look, some sort of something. Alright, so we got his arm, and kind of the way he's holding it, and kind of looks like he's like walking away with something. So we could easily put like a bag of money in his hand or something. He's just something crazy. But no, so we do have the start of a nice little creature. What we can do now is start in on his torso area and all his muscles and whatnot, his abs and all these nice little shapes. Alright, so it actually didn't end up being as difficult as I thought it would be to kind of get a shape going, kind of get an outline of where we're taking it. So that's good. That's always beneficial. We kind of get just a natural shape of how this torso is going to be coming off. Of course, he's at a different angle from over there, so try to make sure we keep everything as symmetrical as possible, as flowing the way we need it to flow. So this would be his second arm over here. We'll go ahead and kind of box off his torso. We can really see what's going on. I've kind of ditched the really trying to pull eyes out of it, because now we're going for true like shape of anatomy, and that's kind of hard to keep going. So I'm not really adding any extra like details or whatnot. I'm just kind of trying to keep the shape of what we're going for here. So this will be his chest area, but of course it's going to slim down in his stomach area, get him a nice little dip in there, just a little bit, just to show he's kind of reared up. So, get some things darkened down here. It's not looking too bad, honestly. Not looking too bad at all. Can go ahead and add a little eye here since we're coming to the ending of it, or the closing chapter of his ribs and stomach. Alright. There we go. I'll bring that down. I'm gonna blend all this in, darken it a little bit. There we go. Sweet. Not too shabby. Bring this out a little bit more. He's a buff fella. Darken it a little bit more. Sweet. As you see, like, I'm not going into the piece with a direction, but I'm kind of just letting the piece direct. Like I said, keeping that focus and kind of just going around and getting those shapes and starting to pull detail out where you know you can pull detail, and just kind of letting it draw itself in a way. So getting that shape and me knowing, you know, well, I can put a head here, or this could turn out to be an arm, or, you know, all those different things there. You start applying them and just going with your techniques that you've acquired over the years. Then eventually, you know, you start pulling details out you didn't even know you were going for, and all of a sudden you got the start of a creature feature like we have here. So we'll go ahead and just darken a little bit around, pull that head out a little bit. Alright, make sure the chin is defined down here. Alright, well, I don't think that's too bad. Could be better, obviously, if we had a little bit of direction of what we're doing, but that's the magic of it, ain't it? Alright, so adding just a little bit more defining shadow, darkening the edge here, getting it under his arm, showing you that it's under his arm. Alright, and yeah, so now we have a nice little head going. Got that for ourselves. We got our torso area kind of shaping out and starting, so that's good. And then we have the second arm coming out over here, so we kind of have a decent direction and idea of what's happening. So we're going to leave it at that. We did get something out of it, so I'm glad. Now, again, I would like you guys to kind of jump in and just share maybe like what he's holding, or give me a scene of some sort, or whatever it may be, but more of like a collaboration, because this is going to be a multi-part series. So this was our second part. We got a good bit past the arm, so I'm excited to see what you guys would like to add, and I will do my best to go ahead and add it in the next installment. Anyway, guys, this was our very first, or second episode of our very first creature feature that we're going for, and obviously at the end of it, we're going to have to name our creature, so that'll be a big thing for you guys to join in on as well. But as we all know, no good piece is ever complete without a signature, so let's go ahead and throw that out there just really quickly. And of course, we're not finished with it, but we do have to sign it. And that was it. So if you guys would like to join in, definitely throw your suggestions and everything in the comments down below. Hit that bell notification to get notified every single time I do post a video. Smack the like button if you enjoyed this video. And as always, guys, I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day and week and life. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.